Hey, did you know that having a healthy biome will help you lose weight? And actually, an unhealthy biome will cause weight gain, and it would certainly keep you from losing weight as quickly or as easily as you should. This can be actually seen with with livestock, really, because when they're fattening up, they've always given antibiotics to typical, feedlots. They give them antibiotics to these animals because they're in conditions where they could get sick, and they don't want them getting sick. But what they found was that by feeding antibiotics to livestock, whether it's cows, pigs, everything getting ready for slaughter, essentially, uh, that the antibiotics helped fatten them up. It actually helped them gain weight before they went to slaughter. So yeah, yes, we know they gave them grain, and they gave them antibiotics. And so if you want to avoid weight gain and you want to lose weight, avoid those two things definitely: antibiotics and grains for sure. And you've heard me say that before, but the antibiotics affect our biome. So basically, that's the bacteria living in our bodies, most of which is in our gut, so in our digestion. You can see how that would affect how we digest food, how many minerals we absorb, and how much fat we could store, and actually what diseases we get. But our biome, outnumbers us. Bacteria cells to human cells 10 to 1, and if you're looking at just DNA, their DNA outnumbers us 100 to 1, 100 times more bacteria DNA in and on our bodies as human DNA. So you can see why they would have such a tremendous effect on our health, and certainly weight gain. So that's to keep a healthy biome. One, avoid antibiotics as often as possible. Sometimes they're necessary, but then get back and restore it. And if you've had antibiotics, even in the last 3 to 5 years, it could certainly still have an effect on your biome depending on what you've done to restore it. So vegetable fiber, essentially, so lots of fibrous veggies are a great way to, that's food for them. Maybe take some, drink some kombucha, or apple cider vinegar, which is a little bitter. You probably have to dilute it unless you can just shoot it, because that stuff is nasty. Let me tell you something. I've done it. We have some, but it's not the funnest thing to drink. So I prefer the kombucha with a healthy, with a great probiotic. Something with at least 8 to 10 strains, and at least 15 or 20 billion units per dose, and avoiding unorganic, so basically your typical feedlot meat, so pork, beef, chicken. You want to avoid livestock food that's been fed antibiotics, and that's because those antibiotics can transfer, basically because they're taking them right before they're butchered, and so they transfer to us and can affect our biome as well. So any organic, whether it's grass-fed or grain-fed, organic means it's not going to have been fed antibiotics. So look for organic meat as often as possible. Okay, just to keep that out of your system. But so here, well, let me show you what I use. We use something, our family, called Perfect Biotics by Probiotic America. It has 15 different strains and 30 billion units per dose. It's room temperature stable, so you don't have to keep it refrigerated. And it has a nice coating on the capsule, gets past the stomach, okay, and into the gut where you want it. So it's not going to break down in your stomach, and then you lose it where that stomach acid is going to damage or kill some of those bacteria that can't withstand that. It actually can make it all the way to the gut where you want it to populate. So look for that. I recommend this one. This is one, consistently, anyone has an issue. They have several other products that are, Flora and some other, digestive enzymes. The basic staple product they have is called Perfect Biotics. So definitely recommend it. Definitely notice a difference taking this. Sometimes you take things you're not sure, is that working? I'm not sure. It makes a difference. Trust me. Makes a difference for everybody. So check that out. And if you have any comments, please, or questions, please put them below. Love to answer questions. And feel free to share with someone, because a lot of people don't know about this. So please, if you know someone that would benefit, please share or tag them in the comments and let them know what they could do, because this is something where you could get you might have your protein down, the fats down, carbs, but you're still kind of experiencing some resistance with your weight loss. And this could be it, getting your biome in order So making sure everything is not just moving correctly, but things are being processed and really it affects our chemistry, it affects our immune system, and it affects the way we process the food that we eat. So what we do with it, you know, affects insulin sensitivity. It affects whether or not we have a leaky gut thing going on, creating inflammation throughout our body. So these are things you may not know too much about, but they affect our total immunity, okay, and the way our whole system works. So we can't just think everything is about macrobiotics. Those are very important. We have to get those in order, but it's not just fat, protein, carbs, okay. When something is out of order in our bodies that outnumbers us 10 to 1, we have to pay attention to it. So again, questions, feel free to post them below, and I'll have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you later.